It says, well, let me tell you about a trip. A time ago, I was going there to run a cold-blooded show. When I was there, I saw some people jamming too. They called themselves the Barn Hill Crew. Dr. Ice, Romeo, and Master E. All of the Barn Hill Crew rapping to a T. I asked them, could they rock with me? That's all I remember, y'all. Little did I know that rap would be my traveling path to my voice. Little did I know that rap would be the voice that I would discover inside myself that would allow me to dream even more and take my dreams further. Little did I know that hip hop would be the beginning of my path. That rap, something that I love to do, something that I didn't get up in the morning thinking like, oh, I gotta go do this. Something that I just stumbled upon because it came out of the love and the passion that I had for the art form. Whatever your path is, it's something that you love to do. It's something that you wake up in the mornings thinking about. It's something that when you are doing it, you just enjoying yourself. You feel a joy in it. And that doesn't mean it won't get hard, but it's still a joy and something that sits inside of you. And your path is something that nobody can tell you what your path is. Your friends can't tell you, oh, you're supposed to be a doctor, or you're supposed to be a journalist, or you're supposed to be a dancer. No, you know that in your heart. You know what makes you thrive, what makes you get energetic, and what gives you that spirit like, yeah, I want to do this. And that's what I discovered in hip-hop. I found my path. You know, even though I knew it was my path, there still were people around that was like, I don't think you should do that. I mean, some of the closest people in your life may say, nah, that's not what you should do. My mother was like, when I wanted to leave and go get my contract, she was like, rap? What? You want to rap? You crazy? You in school? You need to stay in school. Well, I was like, Ma, I got this dream. No, you need to stay in school. Fast forward 17 years later, she like, hurry up and make an album. I need a new car. You know? But only you know your passion. You know it better than anybody else. And your path is your passion. You know, I read a quote. Actually, somebody told me the quote, and I just recently got the book again. It's a book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And yeah, and this, it talks about like work in a way, because I relate this to your path, because what I want you to understand, you all are in school right now, and I want to encourage you all to find something that you're passionate about in school, and if it's something that you figure you have to utilize in another facet, another job demeanor, then do that. In another job, wherever it may be, like if you decide you want to take on a trade, then do that. But it has to be something you're passionate about. And this quote that I got from Khalil Gibran says, work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. So that means whatever you're doing in your work is really something that you love to do. It's not even work to you at a certain point, because it's just what you love and it's what you're passionate about. It is your purpose and your path, and you know that. God gave that to you. Well, once you find your path, that's only the beginning. Once you find your path, that's the first step. Next, you have to believe in your path. You have to believe in your path. And believing in your path is really believing in yourself. It's believing in you, believing in God, and believing in what God has given to you to contribute to this world. When you believe in your path. See, I've been making records for years. Records that some people consider classics. Like I Used to Love Her or The Light. Yeah. And I still didn't truly believe in myself. I didn't believe in my path yet. Because when you believe, it kind of just resonates like with everybody. It just permeates through your pores, and people smell it on you, that belief. You know, and I really didn't believe in myself. As much as I was releasing albums and saying I was confident as an MC, you step on the mic and feel confident, but true belief is a holistic thing. It's something that you feel all over, and it's like, that belief comes even when times are down, when times are rough, when the masses are not saying that you're fresh. Belief is still there. When the teacher's saying, yo, I don't know if you can make this or do this, but you know the belief is still there. When your friends are telling you something else, But you know the belief is there because you believe in what you're doing. You believe that that's your destiny, that's your path. Well, I hadn't really believed in my path, but one situation that really helped me recognize that was a relationship I was in with Erykah Badu. Yeah. Y'all know Window C, you heard of Window C before, right? I know Window C too, Well, I was in that relationship, I was in love, and you know, sometimes in love you can lose yourself. And once in love, and then we had to break up, the heartbreak came for me, and I was messed up, I was heartbroken. And I ain't say that to get sympathy, fellas, I'm still a real cat, but I was. So, I mean, during that heartbreak, though, I discovered a lot of things about myself, and one of the most important things, significant things that I discovered about me during that tough time, during the time where I was like, man, going through it, was that I was willing to dim my light for other people. I was willing to dim my light for other people. And I dim my light in that relationship, but I also would do it like in friendships, in certain performances, just like, yo, let this person, you know, they just star, let them get it off. But now I had the stars in me too. The light is in me too. The light is in you too. So why should we dim my light for anybody? You know, it's a verse in the Bible that says, you know, don't put the lamp under the lampstand. You put it on top of the lampstand so everybody that walks in that room can see that light. So they can see that light. You know, your light is given for you to shine on the world, not to hide it for anybody, and not to feel discouraged or feel like you're going to offend somebody because it's your light and your light is glowing. Anybody that's offended, then that's their problem. That ain't your intention, and you let it go. I have a quote from Nelson Mandela that deals with this, and I would like to talk. He used it in a speech, and I'd like to share it with you all. It says, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. Your playing small does not serve the world. Can you imagine, I mean, if everybody that we meet and know would just let their greatness, the bigness of their heart, the bigness of their gifts and talents just be free. Just be who they are. Not playing small for anybody. Not playing small because, you know, somebody tells you that this is the cool thing or this is the fresh thing of the day. Not playing small because you feel your hair is different from somebody else, your size or your skin color or whatever it may be. Not playing small, but playing big because you know you're beautiful and knowing you're great and knowing you're God's child. Playing big because you are gifted. And because you're given so many great things to do, playing big. Well, during that time in my life, I said, man, I gotta start believing and playing more big. And I was around certain individuals that helped me. One was Kanye West. Y'all know Kanye ain't got no problem with believing in himself. Well, it was the time where we were working on my album, Beat. We had just started, and yes, thank you. Thanks for supporting. And Kanye was doing, he had just finished The College Dropout. Classic. Well, during his listening sessions are when you play your music for journalists and the media, you know, usually at a studio or a place that's cool, you want to present it to them well, Kanye, during every listening session, will hop up on the table and be rapping his songs and sweating and just feeling and spitting on people and all that. Just feeling it. And there was a point where he was doing songs that I ain't even liked that I started liking. Because belief is contagious. It's contagious. You catch on to when you believe. At a certain point, you believe so much, everybody else starts to believe in it. But it's the most important that you first believe. And I watched him as he would do that, and everybody in the room would just be overwhelmed by his passion, his belief for what he was doing. And I started looking and saying, man, you know, that's the belief that I know I have in me. I got to just develop it. I got to let it evolve and feel confident in it. Well, I started doing my listening sessions, and no, I didn't jump up on the table. I did it in my style. And I said, man, check this out. This is classic. And I'll be rapping with my songs. I was presenting beat to the journalists. Like, look, this song here I wrote because of this. This song here I wrote because of this. Sometimes we're afraid to wear our greatness. Well, I wasn't afraid anymore. I didn't mind, I didn't mind if somebody felt the way, because I just felt that I made a classic album and I was announcing it to people. Like, here, check this out. Well, when I released B, it was the first album that I ever released immediately that got classic reviews. And I was like, man, hey, I put it out in the air and it started happening. I put it out there, I believed it, and it started happening. But around that same time, you know, other things started happening in my life. I was working on my acting. I've been studying acting for a while. And you know, when certain things start going well and you start believing in yourself more and more, it's just like you just start attracting all the things that you want because that belief is there. And then I got my first acting gig, Smoking Aces. Yeah, and I remember I was doing Smoking Aces and I got a call about B. And they told me, man, you've been nominated for 5 Grammys. Want to happen may not happen right then and there. But if you believe, you know it will happen. And you have to live your path with belief. So as you live your path,